Welcome to my channel, where I share lots of recipes, tips and business strategies for aromatherapists, reflexologists and other holistic therapists. And this is part of a mini-series about natural vegetable oils which can be used alongside essential oils. Today I'm going to talk about castor oil, the story behind it and its absolutely incredible healing properties. To get notifications when I create a new video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. What we'll cover today is the story behind castor oil. I'll be talking a bit about Edgar Cayce, who was a 20th century mystic. More on that shortly. The powerful therapeutic benefits of castor oil. Why castor oil packs are used for pain relief, detox and healing. I'll also cover how to actually make a castor oil pack. Two stories. First of all, how castor oil helped a student of mine who had polycystic ovarian syndrome and someone else who had a really bad case of sciatica. And how to use castor oil in massage, reflexology, skincare and holistic treatments in general. So, why listen to me? Who am I? I'm a holistic therapist and educator with over 20 years experience. I've trained thousands of successful aromatherapists with in-person and online training. I can help you go from complete beginner to a certified aromatherapist within 6 months. I help therapists boost their income with treatments upgrade, practical marketing tips, and extra income stream ideas. Learning that is fun, practical and that gets results. I don't like fluff, waffle for the sake of it. All of the training is easy to follow and actionable. So castor oil, Edgar Cayce and the story behind the miracle oil. Edgar Cayce was known as the sleeping prophet, one of the most famous psychics in the 20th century, maybe one of the most famous psychics in any century maybe. He had a ability to go into a trance and focus on somebody who was either present or they could be in a different country, tell them what was wrong with them and what they needed to do to cure it. And his results were spectacular. People who followed his treatments, I'm afraid to say certainly the vast majority of the time, got better. The doctors and medical profession of the time, of course, were against him. So a lot of people didn't follow his advice, and the ones that didn't see an improvement. He, as far as I understand it, he was connected to the universal consciousness. As in, when he went into a trance, he was able to connect to the universal consciousness. But I could go on about Edgar Cayce all day, but I won't. But absolutely fascinating man, and his results were astonishing. And the funny thing is, he had no memory whatsoever of what he said while he was in a trance. He'd give information that he didn't know anything about in his kind of waking state, but he did know in his trance state. Edgar Cayce's discovery of castor oil's healing power. He frequently recommended castor oil packs for a wide range of ailments. He said that castor oil could stimulate the lymphatic system, which is going to help to get rid of waste products in the body and bring nutrients, that it could reduce inflammation and promote deep healing. So, as I said earlier, people who followed his advice got almost miraculous cures for conditions including arthritis, liver disorders, constipation, and even immune system issues, and there was a lot more as well. Therapeutic benefits of castor oil. It is a very powerful anti-inflammatory, and it's fantastic for pain relief, any kind of pain, including sore muscles, arthritis, menstrual cramps, and joint pain. It's deeply moisturising, and it's fantastic as an anti-aging oil. Great for dry skin, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, good for eczema, and good for scars. It boosts circulation and lymphatic drainage, as I mentioned earlier, and it's used a lot in detoxification therapies. It helps hair to grow and become thicker and healthy. So someone who's suffering from hair loss, applying olive oil to the scalp on a regular basis would quite possibly get great results. It also helps with dry scalp, dandruff, and hair health in general. It's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. So it's great for any kind of skin infections, warts, verruca, folliculitis, etc. And it's good for wound healing too. And there's more. It's good for healing and wound repair. It speeds up skin tissue regeneration, skin cell regeneration. It helps with minor cuts, burns and cracked skin. So you could apply the oil as is, you could mix it up in a cream. There's a lot of different ways of using it. It's good for digestive disorders, and particularly it helps constipation. It's a natural laxative when taken orally in small doses. I'm emphasising small doses. So if you are considering it as a laxative, I would speak to a chemist first, chemist or a doctor first, possibly maybe a teaspoon a day. But I'm not medically qualified, so I would suggest you talk to a chemist or a doctor first. It stimulates bowel movements by increasing muscle contraction in the intestines. It's rich in nutrients and antioxidants. It contains a lot of vitamin E, which is so good for every system of the body. It contains omega-3 and omega-9 fatty acids. Omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acids. It helps to reduce free radicals, so it slows down the signs and the effects of aging. I mentioned a castor oil pack earlier on. This was often recommended by Edgar Cayce, and it's recommended by lots of people now. So to make a castor oil pack, this was Cayce's suggestion. You soak a piece of flannel or cotton cloth, basically any kind of absorbent material, in castor oil and place it over the affected area, quite often the abdomen, sometimes the joints, and apply a warm compress over it for 30 to 60 minutes. Now that might be that you have a hot water bottle over it or whatever. So practically what you would do also is, maybe when you have the castor oil, the absorbent material in place, is to put some cling film or something around it just to avoid staining, and then put a hot water bottle on top of that. And also warming the olive oil first would also help to speed up the whole process. So this was and is believed to help to detox the body, to reduce pain, and to stimulate healing at a deep level. Lots of holistic practitioners will use castor oil packs for detox, pain relief, hormone balance. Cayce's castor oil treatments would predate modern holistic health trends, yet many of his claims have now been scientifically proven, whereas before, in his lifetime, a lot of them were poo-pooed. Even now, castor oil is used in naturopathy, massage therapy, and alternative medicine for its therapeutic effects. One of my favourite oils to use in massage and reflexology, actually. Warming castor oil for a pack or for using in a treatment makes it even more powerful. I've mentioned this in the last episode about extra virgin olive oil. One of the reasons why it helps to ease pain is because it stimulates the circulation, so it makes the blood move faster, more efficiently. That takes away waste products that cause pain and bring along nutrients that speed up healing. So just be careful, as with warming any oil, that you don't make it too hot, so it always should be comfortably warm. I mentioned earlier that castor oil helped a student of mine who had polycystic ovarian syndrome. She was training as an aromatherapist with me at the time. She was also a qualified herbalist, and she was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, and they wanted to operate. And she said she wanted to try a natural remedy before they went down that route. So the doctors weren't too impressed. They said, she needs to get it done as soon as possible. But against their advice, she persisted, and she decided to use the castor oil pack. Now, I will just emphasise that she was a qualified herbalist, having studied for years, so she knew what she was doing. So I wouldn't generally say that she would ignore the medical advice, absolutely not. But she used the castor oil pack, I think, every day for about 2 weeks. And when she went back for a consultation, they found that she no longer had polycystic ovarian syndrome. I mean, that really is a miraculous cure. And again, you can't say that everyone who has polycystic ovarian syndrome who uses this method will have the same results. But I would certainly try it if I had a condition, or if I knew anyone else who had a condition. Castor oil helps sciatica. Now, it helped lots of things, but these stories just kind of stand out for me. There was a girl who was on a long haul flight, and she suffered a bit from sciatica, but because she was sitting so long, her sciatica flared up and she was in a lot of pain. She got a taxi from the airport to her hotel, and she asked them to stop off, and she got some castor oil. So the only thing she just had castor oil. She didn't have any equipment for making a pack or anything like that. So she applied the castor oil along the area that was sore, lower back into her leg, covered up with an old towel so it wouldn't stain the sheets. And the next morning, the sciatica had completely cleared up. And again, this is a typical result, but you can't say it'll happen for everyone who tries it. But certainly for sciatica, if my clients have sciatica, I will always use castor oil in the blend, and they do report good results as well. So now we're going to look at how to use castor oil in treatments. Use it in massage, best in combination with a lighter oil because it's very thick and sticky. I would suggest maybe 50% castor oil and 50% of a lighter oil such as sweet almond oil, which I will be covering in an upcoming episode. Sweet almond oil also has pain-killing properties. It works wonders for deep tissue massage and pain relief. And actually, if somebody is very sore and they couldn't tolerate deep tissue, you could even do a lighter massage using castor oil as part of your blend, and that would be very powerful as well. Skincare and beauty. Castor oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, which is fantastic for hydrating and soothing the skin. It's a very powerful cleanser, so if you're doing a facial, you could start off with a cleansing oil that would include castor oil. Again, not castor oil by itself because it is very sticky, but along with sweet almond oil, it would be a lovely cleanser. It removes dirt, makeup and excess oil while nourishing the skin. It's also really good for hair growth. I know I mentioned this earlier. So you could use it for eyelashes, eyebrows and scalp massage. You could even do a scalp mask as an upgrade to any other treatment. So applying the warm castor oil mix to the scalp, wrap it up in a towel and then carry on with your other treatments, whether it's reflexology, massage or whatever, and allow the castor oil to work its wonders. And as I mentioned earlier, castor oil is also fantastic in skin rejuvenation treatments. I actually use it quite a lot in the 5-oil facial. It's very effective. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some good ideas from it. If you'd like to learn more about using not just natural vegetable oils, but essential oils and other natural products like aloe vera, rose water, etc., why not check out my aromatherapy skincare course? I have the link in the show notes for you. You can get certified to create and use powerful blends in your treatment, even if you're not qualified in aromatherapy. And coming up next week, I'm going to share a vegetable oil that it's very well known, but maybe some of its properties are not so well known. It's a lovely oil for beauty treatments and it's great for pain. So thanks a million for listening, and I'll see you for the next one. And as I mentioned, if you prefer to read instead, check out my blog post, which also includes the podcast episode and the video. Thanks a million for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.